Quick disclaimer, this video is going to offend a whole bunch of people. As I sit back and I observe the Muslim Ummah, I noticed that 90% or 99% of Muslim men absolutely horrible with females. And when I say horrible, I don't even know how they're going to be able to manage their marriage in the future. On the other hand, though, I don't really blame you guys. I don't really blame you for being this way because we're not allowed to go around and explore our options. The unfortunate reality is that getting good with females does require a degree of experience. We all have to go through that phase where we understand that all these, romantic tales that we've heard were all BS. Now, there was a time when you could just be very romantic and provide and be loyal, and that would be enough to make a woman obsessed with you and truly love you. Unfortunately, times have changed. We all have ADHD. We all need constant stimulation, mentally and emotionally, especially women because they're already emotional creatures. Nowadays, they go on TikTok and all these things. They need to be entertained all the time. So if you're just going to be some boring guy who provides and says I love you once in a while, you're not going to be able to keep her interested in the long term. Here's how you're going to get good with women. Most of you are already at uni, you already work, maybe you're at school. You're going to see some Muslim women once in a while, right? Some truthfully normal, moral, pure looking Muslim women. And maybe you'll make eye contact with them really quickly, and then your pussy brain will say, oh no, it's haram to talk to women, so you run away. And fair enough, that side of you, you have to keep, you have to hold on to it very strong, because that's your iman. And there's nothing more important in this dunya than your iman, right? But what I want you to do now, I want you to go up and talk to her with zero intention of doing anything haram, no zina, no whatsoever. You don't even need to look at her or check her out. Don't do that, right? Lower your gaze if you need to. All I want you to do is just go up and say hello and just ask a random question like, do you know when's the last train, or do you know when this next class is starting? Something like that. And whatever answer you get, try to progress the conversation. Just say something like, I always see you around. What do you study here? Like, how long have you been here? And that way you're going to start learning how to actually communicate to women. If you really get lucky and it's really going well, at the end of the conversation, I want you to ask for her Wali's contacts. Ask for her brother's number, her dad's number. When you say that, she's probably going to start laughing because that's pretty strange in this modern world we're living in, right? But she's going to respect that. She might actually give it to you if you make yourself interesting enough. Because firstly, she will say, all right, this guy, at least he made me laugh. At least he's got the balls to come out and talk to me. Secondly, she's going to be like, this guy's extremely respectful. He wants my brother's number instead of mine. Like, this guy. That alone will separate you from 90% of men in her life. When you start doing that, two things will happen that I can guarantee you. Firstly, you're going to get rejected a lot of times. You're most definitely going to get rejected more times than you will actually succeed. That's just how it goes, right? The second thing that I guarantee is you're going to get extremely good with women. Your skills, your anxiety management is going to skyrocket. Your confidence, overall, this is the one thing that's going to build your character. I would argue more than anything else out there. Another huge benefit of doing this is that it's going to give you an abundance mindset when it comes to women. And this is the most valuable mindset you can actually have in life. Because when you are married and your wife starts nagging you, she starts abusing you basically, you're going to have the capacity to say, well, I don't need you. I'm just going to walk away if you keep being like this. And you will actually have that thing in the back of your head where it's like, there's so many women out there. I can just go up, cold approach, and get someone's brother's number, and she could become my wife instead of her. Now, I'm not saying that you should actually do it in that situation, but just knowing that you can alone is going to make her treat you a billion times better. This is one of those things that you just don't realize until you actually start dealing with females. But I'm not naive. I understand that there's so much anxiety attached for you to going up and talking to women. So here's the second stage of this whole process. Imagine right now you go up and talk to a woman. Just imagine, just picture it in your head. Or maybe your mom set you up with some woman and now you're trying to, create attraction, trying to see if you get along. Most likely at this stage, you're going to be extremely nervous. And now imagine you are someone who competes in professional sports. Say you're a professional fighter who's fought in front of hundreds of people. How do you think you're going to feel when you approach that woman? You literally had to, fight physically in front of all these people. Now you're just in front of this one person, and all you're doing is just asking for a brother's number, which is a perfectly normal thing to do. Now, personally, I've fought and lost so many times in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. In fact, there were times where I lost on live TV when there were thousands of people were watching me and I got absolutely wrecked. How do you think I will react if I get rejected in front of like a couple of people? I'm not gonna give a damn. Because I can think back and say, bro, I had all those thousands of people watching me getting wrecked and I'm fine. So this is your action plan. Go and join some sports, even if you just play football in front of like a bunch of people. Just go and try to do something. Do something where you actually feel like a hero in front of many people. Truthfully, you don't even need to go pro. All you need to do is join a martial arts gym. Go there for a few months and go and join one of the sparring sessions when it's only sparring. You'll at least have maybe 10 or 7 or even 5 people watching you when you're fighting someone. That alone is going to give you so much confidence. Like, I can't even tell you the difference I had in my personal life. Like, before I had any balls to step in front of many people, I was literally like shaking. I couldn't even say a few sentences in front of my class of like 15 people. And then after, having to fight someone in front of hundreds of people, when I came out of that, the week from that, when I processed what happened, I was a whole different person. I genuinely felt like the main character in my own life. Like I felt like a hero. As always, if you got any value from this video, subscribe to my channel. This is truthfully a no BS guide to actually start getting more females as a Muslim.